Welcome to This Week at Otterbein. I'm Tim Neptune. On this show, Otterbein Theater reveals its productions for its upcoming season.
I'm Bailey Ross. Also this week, find out who will be speaking at this month's Leadership Hour. But first, Michael R. McGreevy has been selected as the new Vice President for Institutional Advancement. Previously working at Wells College, Ithaca College, the University of Vermont, and Bowling Green State University, McGreevy has had 25 years of experience in higher education administration. His experience in administration includes advancement, alumni relations, international education, enrollment, and student affairs. As an Ohio native, McGreevy and his family look forward to joining the Otterbein community. He will assume this position on October 19th.
May I Have a Word with You? A Leadership Legacy from Dean Joanne Van Sant and Friends is a new book compiled by Otterbein Friends using the words of Dean Joanne Van Sant along with stories from friends and colleagues. Pre-orders are now being taken and the book will be available on October 1st. The cost is $15 per book, with all profits contributed to the Joanne Van Sant Initiative. Joanne Van Sant Society members will receive the book as a gift this fall after its release. You can pre-order your copy online at otterbein.edu.
The theater department has released the 2015-2016 production schedule. The scheduled performances includes the plays Rent, based on Puccini's beloved opera La Bohème, followed by the Shakespearean play Much Ado About Nothing, and ending the year will be the annual dance concert. Picking back up in 2016, the comedy Is He Dead will be performed, and rounding out the school year will be the production of the famous Broadway play The Fiddler on the Roof. More information about the productions can be found under the About section on Otterbein's webpage.
Here, the English department hosts internationally renowned writers and literary scholars who hold open class sessions, meet one-on-one with literary studies and creative writing students, and present their creative and scholarly work for the department, campus community, and the general public. This year, Otterbein welcomes Dr. Timothy Corrigan, a professor of English and Cinema Studies at the University of Pennsylvania, on September 17th. Join the discussion of documentary films with Dr. Corrigan in the open class session from 2 to 3:45 in Towers 239.
Looking to catch up on all the Pokemon, but not willing to get the game? Well, look no further as Jay Corbett lets you know about the Pokemon mobile game that will give that to you this week on Tech Time with Jay.
Oh, hey guys, and welcome back to this edition of Tech Time with Jay. I'm Jay Corbett, and today we're gonna find out if you want to be the very best, like no one ever was. Because today we're going to be talking about the new app that has came out by Pokemon Company called Pokemon Shuffle. It's the newest freemium app that is getting a lot of huge craze around over North America, Japan, and everywhere else around the entire world. So we're going to take a quick look at it and see what all the buzz is about it. Pokemon Shuffle is a freemium-based game that was based off the Pokemon Shuffle game that was on the Nintendo 3DS. Players start with 5 hearts and spend 1 heart per stage they play. Hearts will recharge for free as time passes at a rate of 1 heart every 30 minutes, with no more regenerated if the player already has 5 hearts. More hearts can be purchased with jewels, which can be bought with real money or occasionally received as prizes to allow players to immediately resume their game. 1 heart is also given for free when the player plays stage 11 for the first time, even if the player has hearts remaining. Well guys, that's Pokemon Shuffle for you. It's a freemium based app. You should go download it now. I mean, who doesn't like puzzles and Pokemon? And you can get all your different and favorite types of Pokemon in this game because every single Pokemon you can think of is within this game. So you have an unlimited amount of time to solve different types of puzzles, different types of battles that you can do, and all the chances of catching every single Pokemon that has ever been discovered in the Pokemon series. Well, that's all for Tech Time with Jay this week. Catch you next week.
Otterbein has just been nationally recognized and ranked in recent reports. The university was recognized in the Washington Post for contributions to public good and economic value to students. Money Magazine recognized us for overall value, and News and World Report's 2016 edition of America's Best Colleges put the university in the top 10%.
Vice President of the Upper Arlington City Council, Debbie Johnson, will be the guest speaker at the Ross Leadership Hour next Tuesday, September 15th at 7:30 a.m. The session will be held in Roush Hall, room 114. The Ross Leadership Institute is dedicated to raising the quality of leadership, with Johnson's presentation focusing on 4 of the elements that have been found to be vital in becoming a successful leader. For more information or to register for the program, go to Ross Leadership Institute website or email Debbie Johnson.
Due to the Festival of Sharing, the Campus Center West parking lot will be closed down on Thursday, September 17th at 4 p.m. These parking spots will remain closed until Saturday, September 19th at 5 p.m. Please have your cars removed by 4 p.m. on September 17th. The Otterbein University Police Department suggests parking at 60 College View Road, the parking lot across from the Communications Building.
Next on This Week at Otterbein, the football Cardinals began the season in a less than thrilling fashion.
But first, here are some upcoming campus events to keep in mind when making your plans this week.
The Otterbein football team kicked off their 126th season of football this weekend with a game at Memorial Stadium against the Buffalo State Bengals. Coming into the game, the Cards had lost their previous 2 season openers, and they were unable to buck the trend in this game as well. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the game. Things started off bad. Austin Jones, first play of the game, goes down, believed to have a torn ACL. Early reports are he's done for the whole season. Be a huge loss for the Cardinals. So what do the Bengals do the very next play? They decide to run it right where Jones isn't, right up the middle to that middle linebacker position. And Trey Jones, junior running back for the Bengals, looks like they have him bottled up at the line of scrimmage, but he takes off an 81-yard score. He would have a huge day, 137 yards on the ground and 2 rushing touchdowns, including that one right there. Otterbein's first series with the ball, and it's the start of the Kevin Green era. Big third down. What does he do? He throws it to Nick Bacon. He's wearing the wrong colored jersey, and the Bengals get the ball back on the first possession, and they continue to run it. Trey Jones again, this time from 2 yards out. Green would get banged up the next drive. They bring in the Wittenberg transfer, Noah Durst, and he would struggle too. This one intercepted by Nick Anderson. Cardinal quarterbacks threw 4 picks on the day. Back to the ground go the Bengals, and this time it's Antonio Holloman. He scores on a 15-yard run. The Bengals would add a field goal in the second half, and they would take it 29-0 over the Cardinals. The football Cardinals have their bye this week, and they're back in action next Saturday, taking on Marietta on the road at 6 o'clock. Well, it was also not a good week for other athletics on campus. Both the men's and women's soccer teams fell last night, making Otterbein's record in sports at Memorial Stadium this year 0-6. The men's team battled the number 5 ranked team in the nation in the Ohio Wesleyan Battling Bishops. The Cardinal offense struggled, and the Bishops got on the board in the 30th minute. It was the only goal they needed as they take the game 1-0. The women's game played right after the men's game at Memorial Stadium, and it was equally heartbreaking. Scoreless after 90 minutes of play, we go to overtime with the Cardinals and Denison, but it only took Denison's Jackie Graham 5 minutes into extra play to find the back of the net and give the Big Red the win. The women's soccer team, they fall to 0-3 with the loss. They next play their first road game of the season Tuesday, taking on Ohio Wesleyan. So what's up with playing at Memorial Stadium this year, guys? 0-6. Hopefully the fall sports get it figured out pretty quickly.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, they've had a few tough, schools to face so far, so hopefully we can get back in the swing of
We'll
things.
bring it around. So that's all for This Week at Otterbein. Thanks for watching.